show that you did, Supermodel of the Year, Sakshi was on, Sakshi Shivdesani.
When I heard it, I was like, wow, people can just lie? This is probably the first time I'm actually going to talk about. Look.
You were the blueprint of what cool looked like for a lot of people.
Right? Take channel these days. We weren't allowed to stand in the same room as them. It was like Pepsi and Coke. When I joined MTV, they told me to put on weight.
Tell me some insane behind the scenes.
I made a conscious decision to go in my public space and tell them about my breakup. I think I knew all along that this is not the person. There was a massive amount of haters as well. You know what's really weird about the hating when it comes from the females? I don't even know if I'm saying it very respectfully, but narcissistic men here in our country are celebrated, and I don't know why. We're the gold diggers, even if you're making more money than them. You're the auntie, you're the buddhi. What are they? Nothing. The hero. They will always be the hero. The word brown was never beautiful. It was fair and lovely. Damn, two words that took over our entire country. Then you'd have those ridiculous ads where the person is standing in dim lighting and then they would light the entire studio, brighten their face.
You've also been among the very, very few people who's been very open, vocal about plastic surgery.
So you have a girlfriend. The best friend is also your girlfriend. You just don't know it.
Everything is being judged, evaluated, analyzed.
Correct. In detail.
Oh my God. The movie Sayara has released.
Yes. Do you know what's happening?
What?
Gen Z realize they're never going to experience that. Jackie Sir will not enter a lift until all the girls have gotten in first. You know, he'll hold it and he'll wait.
They are the generation of men that still carry a handkerchief.
Yes, that's the description. I think Javed Uncle is my favorite human being of all time. I'm obsessed.
Yeah?
3 sisters. We're meeting them for the first time. Shivani looks at us and she's like, listen, can we not behave like the Kardashians today? Capricorns are the most misunderstood star sign in the world. So we bond on that.
So you're 3 sisters. Shibani, there's you and there's Apeksha. Apeksha got adopted by your uncle and aunt.
Don't even know if I knew I had a sister.
The entertainment industry is also kind of like a circus, but also especially so for women.
Has it evolved? I'm going to say this very boldly. I think it's a fake evolvement.
Hi Anusha.
Hi.
Welcome to the Humans of Bombay show.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling so good. I have to say, and I know everyone probably says this when they come here, I love this page. I think you guys do something that is very different, but it's, I don't know, it's a really warm, fuzzy, wonderful feeling to watch it.
Thank you so much. The team will be very happy to hear that.
Yay. Congratulations, team. Oh. You guys do amazing.
Anusha, you are a global citizen in the truest sense of the word, right?
Yes.
You've grown up in Sudan, then...
So yeah, I was born in Sudan.
Yeah, then
Africa.
You went to London, then Australia, and then India.
Yes.
Right. Tell me a little bit about that. Was it a cosmopolitan upbringing? What was childhood like? Or was it still, because roots are very Indian, so was it still like, why do you leave the fan open? Why is it still running? Was it a lot of that?
Yeah.
What was your childhood like?
I think it was fluctuating.
That's a good word.
So everybody first thinks my accent is fake. I mean, you can't fake it for this long.
Yeah.
That's too much. Otherwise, I'm a really good actor. So now if they ask me, what is that accent? I say global because I don't know where it belongs. And honestly, it's just amalgamation of everything I hear now.
Yeah.
There'll be a na in there because the Indian part comes out. And then if I ask you, do you want water? It comes Australian.
Nice.
So that's that. Just to clear that confusion.
Yeah.
But it was very fluctuating. And I mean, and what I mean by that is, I think when you're from a Desi family and wherever you go, I don't remember Africa so much because it's too little by the time we left, and London is like bits and pieces, but Australia I definitely remember. And Australia is a really kind of laid back, chill country, right? Yeah. In a sense, it's a very bikini culture, Bondi Beach, let's go swimming, whatever. So that freedom was always there. And so for me, wearing a bikini, for example, was never a big deal.
Correct.
It was literally like wearing jeans and a t-shirt,
right?
At the beach, all shapes and sizes, all colors. We were all wearing it and no one was looking and staring uncomfortably at each other. It wasn't a thing.
Correct.
So I had that freedom, but at home, my dad, more than my mum, would have his moments. Like one day I remember Shibani and I were running to get into the car to drive to the beach, and obviously we're wearing really short stuff. And he's like looking at us, he's like, "Did you forget to get dressed?" It's like, what? And then other times he'd be like, "Oh, you guys look so nice." Then it would be like, "Why have you got so much makeup on your face?" He was really struggling with, I want to give you guys so much freedom, but I want you to hold on to your roots.
Yeah.
So I felt really bad that, he was in that kind of conundrum, like, where do I go with this?
Yeah. This reminds me of, you watched Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum?
Yes,
it's
of
so very
course.
much, it reminds me of Pooh and the dynamic between him. It's backless, that's it. It reminds me exactly of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, we had the Maharashtrian community.
Right.
So there's a lot of confusion that was going on. And I honestly felt a little lost. Am I an Australian person? Am I Indian? I don't understand.
Are you too Indian for Australia? Are you too Australian for India?
And I felt like that pretty much all the time. And obviously, I heard Marathi growing up. I didn't have to speak it so much. Apparently, my dad had a rule, I don't remember, but he had a rule before we started school that in the house we were only allowed to speak Marathi.
Oh.
But I'd never spoken Hindi in my life.
Oh.
Yeah, at all. So my first words were, no, I can say them. It was just Aage and Sida. I was just trying to scare you. It was.
I love it.
And then there was the bad words. But I didn't ever, it didn't sound bad. I'm like, are you sure this is a swear word? But, So anyway.
Hindi swear words are an art form.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So anyway, I feel like, I got the best of both worlds. Best of both worlds if I look back at it now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I love how in the entire description, in the entire answer, you didn't say we are an Indian family. You kept saying we are a Desi family.
Yeah, of course.
I love that.
We're totally a Desi family. I think the funny thing is, can I tell you that when you know Indian families abroad, I feel like they're stricter.
Yeah?
Yeah, sometimes it's weird. It's weird because they're trying to hold on to their culture and everything so intensely. They become super strict, and like a lot of people don't have freedom and whatever. And when you come to India, everyone's allowed to go out and do whatever they want. And it's like, wait a minute, what is going on?
So you're three sisters. Mm-hmm. There's Shibani, there's you, and there's Apeksha.
Yes.
Right? And then Apeksha was adopted by your uncle and aunt.
Yes.
Right. So tell me two things here. One, I want to understand sisterhood, right? It's this beautiful bond.
Sometimes.
That's what I want to understand. What is that bond like? You can also want to understand with Apeksha, right? Was it ever complicated for you guys to explain to people? Did it ever emotionally take a toll on you guys? What was that growing up?
Yes. Okay, so I'll start with the bonding.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll start with the picture because
Sure.
then it'll go into the bonding.
Sure.
Definitely. It was really confusing. I was very little to understand what was going on. I was probably about 4 years old.
Okay. That's really young.
So I didn't really know what was happening. I don't even know if I knew I had a sister. I didn't understand what was going on.
Right.
But from a very early age, like 5, I knew the entire story. And I knew that everybody was pretty sad about it. Obviously, it wasn't my mother's choice to do this. This is a very apparently Indian thing that they do. And I have no idea why. I don't know. But it happens. And my older sister really took the onus on herself sometimes. But she was only like, I was 2.
Oh, you were 2.
Shibani was 4.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why I don't remember anything at all. Shibani was 4 and she understood a little bit of what was going on, and she took a little blame on herself, saying, I should have stopped it. How can you stop it when you're a 4-year-old?
Yeah.
That's impossible. And so I think the fact that no one really behaved like something wrong was going on, and, it's just, well, it's family and this is what we do. And I don't think anyone really thought of the repercussions of what's going to happen to my mum, Apeksha, her new parents, my dad. Well, my dad made the decision. But later on, I don't think he would realize how he'd feel, what it would do to me and my older sister.
Correct.
So there was just so many
variables,
pieces of that situation and the puzzle that nobody was putting together at all. It was just like, and my dad's family was very adamant that this had to happen. And I mean, because that's what they thought was the right thing to do. Either we make choices now to celebrate it, that, hey, we're all back together somehow.
Yeah.
Or we still hold things against each other. And I don't want to do that anymore. Because
life's too short.
Life's too short, and I've become an adult now, and I want to understand everybody's point of view. Hey, listen, they may not be right or correct, but I cannot change that now.
Yeah.
So I want to now grow from it and learn from it. So I wanted to get to know my uncle and aunt better. So when I was in London, I took them out and I went for lunch because I was like, I don't want to hold on to this anymore. For the longest time, you know she's your sister, but it feels like a cousin relationship. So it's really odd.
Correct.
And then the first meeting with her, I just wanted to jump in as the big sister role. Okay, so I get to boss you around and I get to tell you what to do, and I have to protect you because I wanted to do what Shivani was doing with me.
Yeah.
But it was uncomfortable because she's like, well, why do I have to listen to you? Who are you? You know, I've not had you in my life. And so this whole situation, and Shivani was trying to like have a relationship and mum and dad, and it wasn't fitting because we don't really know each other.
Right.
But over the years, then I guess you grow and you start learning and you understand boundaries and you start respecting that, okay, we can't force this to fit.
Yeah.
We can only naturally build it together. And for that, it takes time and patience.
Correct. What did that teach you about mending, sometimes not broken, but like relationships that sometimes falter? Because we all go through that. It could be a friendship, it could be love, it could be a family relationship. We've all gone through relationships that don't hold the same value today, but you can bring them back.
Yeah.
What did that teach you about that?
I think it teaches you, one, don't judge everything immediately, especially when you're hearing opinions from everybody. You can't force a relationship. You just can't. Even when that person is in your life, like I have Shivani in my life, but I can't force a relationship with her.
Yeah.
You can't force it. Even if you're blood, even if you're friends or whatever, listen, if it's supposed to naturally be there, it will. And if it's supposed to fall off your journey, let it go. But I've realized, because I had abandonment issues, maybe because of all of this that's gone on and, this attachment issue. And so I would force things to stay in my life. Like I'd want to hold on to them really tight and be like, oh my God, no, let me hold on to it because otherwise it'll fall apart like that. And then I realized, no, 1 second, this is not healthy. Yeah. And that realization only happened very recently. So it's a hard
pill to swallow.
Yeah, it's a really hard pill to swallow because it's like, whoa, you can't live like that.
Yeah.
So I just don't want anyone to feel like the villain or the victim.
Love that.
Yeah.
And what is sisterhood?
Defending each other till death. We might fight till the death, but we'll defend each other till the death. And sisterhood is just honesty and your biggest supporters, even though they are also the biggest pain in the ass, which is probably what my sister would call me sometimes. Yeah. But honestly, like, there's nothing like sisters. You may not get along every day. And you may not even like each other. Seriously, most of the time. But when you need someone to show up, like I know if I'm dying, the first 2 people that will be there are my sisters. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. And I say that probably more than, and I know my parents will follow suit, but my sisters will come first, and that's just how it is. You will go through a lot. Yeah. You will go through hell and back, but your sisters will show up.
Love that.
Yeah.
Is there any bond that comes close? Apart from parents, of course. That's a different...
No, because best girlfriends. Yeah. 1,000%. What I can't tell my sisters, I'll tell my best friend. You know, because you're embarrassed and you don't want to talk about boys. I don't want to talk about boys to my sisters. That's weird. That's so weird.
So is the myths that girls talk about everything, that's true for sisters?
Girlfriends? Yeah, we tell each other everything.
Everything?
You're in the relationship. You're in the relationship with me and her. Let's just be real about it. So you have a girlfriend, the best friend is also your girlfriend. You just don't know it.
Everything is being told, everything is being judged, evaluated, analyzed.
Correct.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
True, guys.
Correct. In detail.
Love that.
Yeah.
Right, you know, growing up, so you were everywhere. You were the blueprint of what cool looked like for a lot of people. Speaking the way you spoke, being confident, the aura you had, the way you presented yourself. It's incredible to see you and the other people that, you know, were also the icons of that time. Were VJing on MTV and Channel V. There was Ran Vijay, there was Ria, there was Ayushman and all the other people that came up, right?
Take Channel V's name. That was our competition. No, I'm just kidding. We weren't allowed to stand in the same room as them. Yeah, it was like Pepsi and Coke.
What are you saying?
Full on competition. And see, so my natural reflex is to say like, oh, you can't mention Channel V because we were told
that shall not be named.
Yeah, no, it was
that fierce.
It was like, I remember once there was VJs from Channel V and MTV, and we all were friends, and we all met, and suddenly the camera crews came, and we have run like ants in separate directions and like running under things like, get away! And everyone's like running in different directions. So we couldn't be seen together.
Oh my
Yeah, it was
God.
really funny. It was so funny. Just not allowed.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
And then how do you navigate the whole thing? Like tell me some insane behind the scenes, because a lot of people have grown up watching you guys. And I'm telling you, for us, that is what cool was. Like we wanted to be, you were the guys we wanted to be friends with.
Yeah.
So what was that like? You know, you guys were also ushering in the new age era of TV in India, right?
Yeah.
Until then, TV was a very certain type in India. And with Channel V, MTV, or what you guys did, you're like, this is cool. I want to watch TV, and my friends wanted to watch TV and discuss what you guys are doing. So what was that era like, ushering in a new age for the youth?
That's really cool. I think representing pop culture is so cool. If we could make any kind of difference, it was crazy. Even now I have people telling me we'd run home to watch your show after school, and I'm like, that's so cool. You know, honestly, all I will say is that we were living in this bubble. And it was a fun one. And it was just so away from all the other industries. But we were part of it in the sense because everyone needed to come to us for their interviews.
Correct.
Or like to do shows with us. So we were really happy to have everybody, but then they would go away and that we would just remain in our bubble, you know? And I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it, but it was like we were the first influencers.
You were the first influencers and you were the first podcasters.
Yeah,
in
we
a
were,
way, right?
really,
You were that.
And I mean, you know, everyone thought VJing is such an easy job and like everyone could do it until they tried.
Yeah.
And it's not, because you have to like think on your feet and any topic would be thrown your way or any kind of person, celebrity, whatever, and you got to make it work. And I think that's a skill that people really underestimated because you're thrown in situations you don't even know about sometimes. Like, imagine me, I had to do IPL nights. I've never watched cricket in my life. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
But luckily I didn't really have to talk about cricket, but I needed to know cricketers.
Of course.
I needed to know what happened in the game.
Correct.
You know, just to associate whatever. But, you know, you make it your own. And that was the beauty of MTV. We always had a VJ that made it their own, whether it was Ran Vijay with adventure, you know, Nikhil with music, Malaika with fashion, me with fashion. You know, everybody had their own genre.
Correct.
And Cyrus with comedy.
Yeah.
And that was the beauty. So we kind of took every topic and we made it our own. And pop culture, MTV was just really fun. Yeah. It was actually what you saw is what was happening.
Love that.
You know, it was so cool.
Yeah, and I love that you said you were the first influencers, and this is hashtag things my Gen Z taught me recently, that you know, the difference between content creators and influencers. She's like, everybody can be a content creator, but we use the term influencer very loosely. But influencer is actually a bigger thing. You have to create influence. You guys did that. You influenced lives of young people wanting to live like you guys, be like you guys. So you're right. You were the first influencers in that sense.
It's true. Yeah.
You remember any interview, any incident that stands out? You're like, I can't believe that happened, or that happened. You know, either end of the spectrum.
No, I remember one that went, wow, that happened. So Amitabh Bachchan, I would interview him normally, or Cyrus Brocha.
Right.
And I remember I had just got out of malaria. Have you ever had malaria?
No, but I've had friends who've had, it's really bad.
It's like death. And so I remember like I just felt better and they called me because I have to interview Amitabh Bachchan. So you got to show up. You've got to feel better, you know?
Yeah.
And we were shooting in the hotel and they set up the camera in the room. And so I'm like, where are we sitting? And it's like a bed, like it's supposed to look like very chill and like, you know, almost like his wardrobe is there and stuff like that.
Okay.
So she like just sit on the bed and I, you know, cross-legged and I'm like, Mr. Bachchan's gonna sit here? Are you sure? I was like, what? And he came and he's just the coolest man ever.
Yeah.
He was just always one step ahead. I mean, if we thought we were cool in pop culture, I have to give it to him. So anyway, the crew is standing around and I'm asking him all the questions that I'm told, but you know, like you've got to make it your own, right?
Yeah, correct.
So, you know, I'm asking him the same, like, you know, what's your favorite shirt or brand or whatever. I don't know what I was asking him. And then I asked him what pajamas and he says, you know, I love the British Airways first class pajamas. I was like, another cool answer, you know? So he would just like push it. But, you know, I think again, and I'll give credit to VJs, when you can make someone feel comfortable in a room.
Correct.
Then they'll be fun and they'll open up because you give them that space to do that.
Correct.
You know, never take it for granted that anyone's come to you.
Yeah.
You're not doing them a favor and they're not doing you one. You're there both because you need to be.
Correct.
So I loved that. And I have such great respect for him because he's this insanely respected human being and he still can have so much fun.
Yeah, that's he doesn't take himself seriously. That's beautiful.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Right. There's one thing I want to ask you, right? This is a little tricky. So you tell me how to navigate this, right? There was this show that you did, Supermodel of the Year.
Yes.
And Sakshi was on it. Sakshi Shivdesani. Now, of course, she's gone on to become someone everybody looks up to. She has her own career. She's doing very well. So take me through that. What would you, what happened there? And then what would you say to that girl today? Are you proud of what she's become?
Look, firstly, when I heard it, I was like, wow, people can just lie? They can just lie and just use that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to sit tight. I'm going to sit quiet. I'm going to let her say what she wants to say. She knows the truth and I know the truth and I think that's enough. And then she said it again and I'm like, come on now. And she's seen me in public and she smiles and I smile back and, you know, I'm like, wow, so you want to say that on camera, but you want to smile at me when you see me. And, you know, so I found it strange. Like, you've got to know you're not being honest, you know. So I didn't want to get into it, but I appreciate the question. So I will get into it. Look, at the end of the day, when you come into a competition, you are there because you want to do something in that field.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're taking somebody's spot, right? That really does want to do it. So I don't believe she had any motivation to want to do that. And everybody knew it, okay? And I didn't treat her any differently. I don't know what she was saying that I would, you know, go up to her behind the scenes and instigate. No, everything I did was on camera and I was told to go up to her specifically and tell her because she was not being enthusiastic, because she was kind of like, I don't want to do this. I'm not interested in that. And so the producers would be like, Anusha, go and tell her, go and tell her. It's my job to go and tell her, look, Sakshi, you're not pulling up your socks. You got to get into it. And then she made a comment that, you know, we never did any of the stunts and, you know, we just expect them to do it. I do all of them. Whether it's from a building that I'm hanging from or holding the spider or whatever, I'm very happy to do them. So that was also a really weird comment that she made. I guess people say things because that's how they're feeling in the moment. But I think deep down she knows the exact truth that she was not into it. She was not giving 100%. She knew the producers have to tell me what to tell her. It is my job. I'm there as the mentor.
Yeah.
And so when I'm telling her, you are only going to feel guilty when you know it's true, right? That's the simple truth of it. And hey, if you had owned it and said, hey, I'm just doing this to open a career for myself and kind of get known, then own that, but saying that I sabotaged or ruined a modeling career that I don't believe you ever wanted, because you blatantly said it so many times that you were not, I'm not interested in doing this, I'm not interested in doing that. So obviously the producers are getting disappointed and fed up. Like, come on, push her. So all I'll say is, you can tell a lie once, twice. At the end, I think you need to own what you did. And if you want to throw me under the bus, at least do it because you're being truthful. Then I'll accept it. Then I'll say, yeah, that's totally right. But I can't accept a lie. And I'm not going to ever accept it. And so am I happy for it? Of course. Please. This is what you wanted to do. And you're doing it. Go for it. But then own it.
Yeah.
Own it. And please don't blame anybody for something that didn't happen for you. Because if you wanted it, you would have shown up on that show and said, what's the challenge? Give it to me. I'm ready. Right? Like the other contestants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, I could sit here and blame her for trying to ruin my name and bring me down, but I'm not going to, because only the truth can hurt you. It's not the truth. And if it was, I'd accept. So that's all I have to say about that. And there was one award function that she was at, and I did say it on the mic. So it was a game that we had to play with all of these influencers, and you had to put 2 truths and 1 lie. And I said on the mic, I said, Sakshi, even if you lie, I won't judge you. So and I'm also wondering why people use my name. I'm not like this really big star that you're going to get so much clout with, but apparently, people like using my name a lot. So I'm just getting really used to it now. I'm like, maybe I should start using my own name a little bit. I don't know. Like, what the hell? What's going on here? My Instagram followers are not growing, so maybe I should start using my name a little bit more. I don't know what's going on.
I appreciate the answer. But we were also talking about the podcasting bit, right? I want to circle back into that before I end this section about you being the OG podcasters, and I want to connect that to something we were talking offline, which is how that's coming full circle, and you are going to be a podcaster.
Yeah.
So tell me 2 things. One, tell me what is happening. Please spill the tea. And also talk to me a little bit about what do you like watching in Indian podcasting scene? Who do you like? Who do you listen to? Tell me both those things.
So I do love Ria's podcast, and not because she's my friend, but I think chapter 2 really meant something to her.
It did.
And I really do believe it is her chapter 2.
Yeah.
And
she was on her show.
Oh, she was?
She was, and she spoke about, the entire journey. And all of us had goosebumps. I have goosebumps now as I'm talking about it, because we couldn't believe what a person, let alone a woman, had to go through.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't believe that she withstood that, and she's come out so strong.
I know.
It is insane to think
crazy,
about both
right?
those aspects, that she went through that so publicly,
And she's still
and that she's standing
here.
so strong that now the same people in that same comment section are like, we love you, Ria. We'll stand by you. You're doing great.
It's crazy,
it's
right?
insane.
It's crazy. I think the name, the title, you speak it into existence.
Yeah.
And so she called it chapter 2, and there turns the page, and her new life begins, And encountering all that she did, I don't know that I would have survived, genuinely. I don't know. And so I say that with all honesty, I don't know that I would have survived. So honestly, my respect and love to her, that she can carry on and create this podcast, which is also super interesting because everybody's kind of really being real about mental health, what they've gone through.
Yeah.
And it's an important conversation.
Very true.
Really. And so I love
and
that.
I think the female friendship aspect of it that you're talking about, I think that is probably one of the things, because she spoke about that, and she mentioned you and Shibani also, that you guys were there for her when she was going through this, right?
Yeah.
So I think that aspect of that bond comes in really in this.
Yeah.
What was that like? How is it? How do you stand? I mean, you obviously do stand, but how do you stand for a friend that's going through something so difficult, especially in the context of female friendships?
I think, honestly, I'm going to say it in 2 parts. One is your upbringing. When your parents say to you, stand with her
No matter what.
no matter what, because we know the truth. That's one beautiful thing. You know, it doesn't matter how many people are against you at that moment. If your parents teach you what's right is right, you have the strength to continue doing that, right? That's one. And Shivani definitely does, and, you know, sets that example for us as well. And then two, it's like, what would you want when you're going through something?
Yeah.
Put yourself in those shoes. And so many people are going to fall off and disappear. You know, which person do you want to be?
Correct.
Right? I want to be the person that shows up because I'm hoping that you would too. And not because I need it or I am going to expect it in return, because that's the kind of person I want to be. And so coming to mine.
Yeah. What's happening there?
So it's, let me just tell you, and I think this is probably the first time I'm actually going to talk about, I don't know actually, but it's about relationships.
Ah, love that. Nice.
It's about relationships
do
because
tell.
apparently that's what I do best, or maybe the worst. Whichever way you want to go with that.
I love that.
I don't claim to be an expert, but I know that I've gone through some things, and I don't believe in, you know, it's not about spilling tea and being bitter and, you know, oh my God, let's all get together and hate everybody.
Yeah.
No. It's about talking through everything. I have one of my very close friends with me on the podcast. She's an influencer.
Oh, nice.
She's a Gen Z.
Mm.
Her name is Shania, and she's a dancer
Oh.
and a beauty content creator. And so we will be together on this show talking from different perspectives.
Love it.
And it is hilarious because some of the stuff she said,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, am I here? It is unhinged. And when I think I'm being unhinged, she takes it up a notch. So I'm like, whoa, okay, they can talk like that now. But it's just a great perspective from different times and what's really going on. Because I feel like we're all just very lost right now, you know, and it's about marriages and, you know, situationships.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I'm sorry, am I allowed
Thank
to
you.
say that? And, you know, friends with benefits. And then now there's like, we don't title it anymore.
Oh,
So, you know, we're going to all figure it out together.
I love that. What's the show called?
Unverified.
Nice. And this is dropping on your YouTube channel.
Yes.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
We'll send you we've got merch. We'll send you a t-shirt. Yes.
Doesn't matter where you are in life. Free stuff
Yeah.
is always the best thing in
It's the
life.
best thing about being a desi. We love free stuff.
That's true. That's true.
Live for it.
I'll wear it in the podcast. I'll wear it in the
Yes, okay.
Done. When you were coming up, right, in your career, there's one thing that was still is talked about a lot, and we spoke about it, which is beauty standards, and they are still very toxic now, but they were something else, right? Your size 0, your crash diets, all of that was very, very difficult, and the projection of it and what it meant to be a man, especially a woman in the entertainment industry. Tell me about that. Walk me through that time. What was it like to be in front of the camera almost 24/7 with so many things being talked about and looked at?
You know, actually, when I joined MTV, they told me to put on weight because I was so skinny. But I didn't know how to put on weight. So that was not really going to happen. I tried, and then I put on weight in a weird way. Like it came on my face and my hips, and I was like, this is really awkward. And then, I don't know, I just went back down to my size. Irrelevant. I didn't really notice it until I started doing the reality shows.
Okay.
I didn't notice the beauty and body standards of the entertainment industry because I told you we're in a bubble.
Correct.
So I wasn't really noticing it.
Right.
It wasn't so in my face at that point.
And social media wasn't
And
that
social media
prevalent
wasn't
then.
there.
Yeah.
So suddenly when we started doing the competitions, India's Next Top Model, Supermodel of the Year, oh my God, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Because I came from Australia and I was a brown kid.
Right.
And so, you know, I was kind of trying to find my way there, like I told you.
Right.
But when I came to India, I kind of sat back and went, I'm with my people now. This is going to be great. I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to explain why we wear a bindi,
Correct.
why we eat with our hand, why we do what we do, you know. But there was a whole different problem. There's a whole different problem. We are so discriminative towards each other. I was shocked. I was like, what is going on? Why is we're one big palette of the shade of brown? Why is there so much discrepancy in that? You know, and why is there so much, I'm going to call it racism?
Yeah.
That how can one tone cause so much friction between each other? What is going on? And is this the beauty standards? I don't understand what's going on. So growing up abroad, you'd lay in the sun trying to get 10 shades darker.
Right.
Because it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Here, the word brown was never beautiful. It was never beautiful. It was fair and lovely. That damn 2 words that took over our entire country. And for some reason, it was embedded in everybody that that is what will get you a job, get you married, make you Miss India, you know, do everything right. So there, suddenly I realized people are using bleach on their face or powders or whatever to change their skin tones. And then I started hearing those stories. And then the girls that would come on set, how they were bullied, how they would, you know, try to harm themselves or, you know, be told that they're not good enough and just lacked confidence because of the color of their skin. And I was like, this is crazy. And I would just be in tears listening to this, like, what is going on? So I don't mean to go back to it, but that's why something like Sakshi would anger me, because you're making that a problem because you didn't really want it. And here are girls who really wanted it and they thought their skin color was going to hold them back. Do you get what I mean? So that's why it was just annoying, you know? And so you would listen to their stories, and I loved MTV for this. We would empower every single skin color. We would empower every single sexuality. First and foremost was our priority. And that was such a proud thing, you know? So anyway, I would hear all of this, and then that's when I started Brown Skin Beauty, my brand. Because I was like, okay, wait, the beauty narrative of our entire country is talking to what, a 0.1% of the entire country, and telling them that if you look like this, then you're meeting the beauty standards. It's an impossible task, one. And also the fair that you keep quoting, we're not Caucasians.
Correct.
Yeah, we're just a mixed breed, and some people will have fairer brown skin. Correct. And some people would have darker toned skin. But we're all brown.
Correct.
Yeah? So that's a very weird thing to say, first of all. That would annoy me. I'm like, that's not even correct information. Then you'd have those ridiculous ads where the person is standing in dim lighting and they've got like a really different shade of foundation on their face, which is obviously not matching what they really look like. And then they would light the entire studio, brighten their face, and obviously take off that foundation that was like 10 shades darker than their actual skin. And they're nonsense. And it's a big lie, and it's horrible to do that to anybody. That builds so much insecurity in human beings. That builds such a strange beauty standard that no one is able to reach at all. I mean, who are you talking to?
Correct.
An entire brown nation? What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So when I came out with Brown Skin Beauty and I had just normal girls model the campaign, they were like a scientist, a mathematician, and this and that. They sat and told me their stories. It got worse. She had cuts on her wrist, one of the girls, because she had tried to commit suicide because of the way she looked. Sorry, it's gonna make me emotional. And there was like a girl that said she was a flight attendant and she had to like brush her knuckles and her elbows and send videos before she would go to work because they were too dark. I mean, this is the crap that I've heard. And Brown Skin Beauty became a movement for me, not just a brand. And then I had thousands of messages when I first launched the brand, and I just cried for 3 days because it was, I can finally look at myself in the mirror and feel beautiful because I feel included.
Yeah.
That's all it took. I named it Brown Skin Beauty.
Yeah.
And that's all it took. And I'm a little person and imagine big corporations did this. Imagine the beauty industry did this and just made everybody feel a part of it. How much better people would feel about themselves. And not just girls, boys too.
Yeah.
So I had thousands and I was reading through them and it was just too much. I was just crying and crying because it was like I woke up in the morning and I went to the mirror today and I felt so good. And I ran a competition saying, I just want normal girls to, come and be the face of this brand. And you know what? I had messages saying, I don't even care if I win. I'm so happy there's a competition for us.
Wow.
I was like, what? It shook me. And I was like, that's not okay. You can't make an entire country feel like it's lesser than anybody else. In Europe, they're celebrating their brown skin.
Yeah.
Caucasians want to go sit in the sun. Why do we always make ourselves feel so undervalued?
Yeah.
I feel like slave mentality never left us. And we give power to the outside world. And, it really sucks when they say, oh, MTV came in and they're trying to be Western and whitewash us and all of that. I'm like, excuse me, we're just bringing in pop culture. What are we doing as a society? We're whitewashed as a society. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Why aren't we embracing us? When did we bring in all these rules? Because I'm pretty sure if we go back in time, Kama Sutra, a sari, just a cloth was worn on our bodies and we were told to cover up. Yeah. We were told to not talk about sex and all of that. I don't know who made those rules, but we were pretty open before that.
Yeah.
So to say that we've come in and ruined Indian culture, actually Indian culture was really freaking cool. We were so in love with embracing ourselves.
Yeah.
It's a very confusing thing to tell us. Our elders keep telling us, But I don't know. I think we just really need to keep pushing and breaking that narrative.
I love that. This is not a sponsored podcast, but brown skin beauty. I'm going to say it again because this is beautiful.
Yeah. And listen, I'm coming back with it. I had to close it down for a little while. And I want to create something even newer. And so I'm coming back really soon, guys, for all the people that were asking me. I haven't forgotten you and I'm coming back.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. You've also been among the very, very few people who's been very open, vocal about plastic surgery. But I do want to understand from you that wouldn't have been easy, right? Talking about it that openly. I'm sure there were judgments and people like, why are you talking about this? One, how did you find the courage to be like, bro, this is what it is and let me come and talk about it? And what do you have to say to people today, to girls today who maybe are considering it or are scared of it? What is your take on that aspect?
Look, like everything, balance is very important.
Right.
Things can get addictive. Tattoos are addictive. Plastic surgery is addictive. Drugs are addictive. Alcohol is addictive. There are so many things. So if you know that you need something and you want it and it's going to make you happy, I'm never going to say don't. But please know yourself first.
Yeah.
If you're going in because you're trying to look like somebody else, God, stop yourself right now. If you're going in because you are doing it for validation from other people, stop. You think it's going to make you famous, it's going to make you this, it's going to make you that, stop. If it's something that has been bothering you since a child and it's for you, go for it, right? But everything you do, please do it for you. If your boyfriend has told you, no. If some casting guy or director has told you, no. No. If you got made fun of in school and now you want to prove a point, I'm saying if it's for you, do it. If you're doing it for them, don't. So that's what I say about plastic surgery. And I think everything in moderation is necessary.
Right.
Because, you want to move your face also, right? And I mean that in the nicest way. Like, seriously. But again, each to their own. If you want to go all out and you want to look like that, I'm no one to judge or stop you. But I'm saying that everything in moderation is important.
Right.
And so for me, I think like, why not talk about it?
Yeah.
You know, like, what are we even hiding anymore? You know, it doesn't even matter.
Everybody's anyway talking about it.
Yeah,
It's just that
exactly.
they don't want to accept it.
No,
Everybody's talking
I
about it.
just don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just like, whatever, dude. Like, I said this so many times. I wanted to get my lips injected so much because I wanted it for me. And so I tried, and I just have the most, I mean, I'm already hyperactive, and you just thought like, that's it. I'm just a hyperactive person. But no, my mucus wanted to join in. Like, what does that even mean? Like, this is so weird. And so I did it. And in 3 days, it just ate it up. I have this 1 in a million rare thing that I have hyperactive mucus. Who has this? This doesn't even make sense. And it would just disappear, eat my lip up. So I can't have the pouty lip. But I have a lot of lovely lip glosses, and I still get sometimes even trolled. Oh my God, she got a lip done. She's got so much surgery on her face, because I know how to use lip liner right. Well. Saved me a lot of money. You know? Wow. Lucky me.
I love that.
So, you know.
Man. We will now talk about love.
Oh, God.
Which you very nicely said that you've had the best or the worst experiences in. But what is interesting to me is, and I find this very weird and difficult for people who've gone through it, is that the fact that people's life, especially their personal life, is so public.
Yeah.
And your life has always been public. Your relationships have always been public, right? And to the extent that somebody you were with, when they are now with someone else, that also is very public, and the internet is talking about it everywhere. That can never be easy. I'm sure it cannot be easy.
It's pretty easy when you're relieved. It's pretty easy when you're okay to not want to be with them because it's you got saved. I think that's pretty easy.
How do you traverse that? Because in India especially, and I'm sure it's actually could be even in the West, the line between where the media needs to stop doesn't really end here. Sometimes it's...
See, I'm not going to blame only the media. We're accountable. We made it public, right? You're on your Instagram showing it off. So, you know, it's public. And that's what I say. Like, okay, you made the decision to make it public. Obviously, should they show up at your house and shoot you? No, absolutely not. Yeah, you've got to have a balance of privacy and publicity. But you're going to take the hits when it's not working out. And so I made a very what is that? The English language leaves me sometimes, and honestly, there's nothing left after that. So it's not like I have a plethora of languages to go to. Sorry, what am I trying to say? Yeah, so I made what is the word?
Conscious?
Yes, a conscious decision. That's the word. Thank you. I made a conscious decision to go in my public space and tell them about my breakup. Because if they've shared the journey with me, I feel like it's only respectful to tell them, hey, this has happened, you know? Because you can't then suddenly say, oh, why is everybody in my business? I made them in my business. I made them be in my business, right? So if I'm going to host a love show, I'm going to be talking about love, then I'm going to tell them, hey, stuff doesn't work out for me either. I'm a person too. I'm a human. I'm a human of Bombay. And so I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah.
And when I was as honest as I could be and felt like being at that time, you know, there was a beautiful amount of support, and there was a massive amount of haters as well. And you know what's really weird about the hating? When it comes from the females. Yeah. I don't know why, but...
I wouldn't expect that.
You wouldn't, but it happens, and it's really crazy because at that moment, you would think that, you know, the women would be like, shit, I've gone through this. Oh my God, has she gone through this? This is so cool that she's talking about it and giving us that courage to like say, hey, it happens to me too.
Right.
Right? But for some reason, and I say this, I don't even know if I'm saying it very respectfully, but narcissistic men here in our country are celebrated, and I don't know why. I don't know why. And I don't know why the women are always the evil ones. It's we're the gold diggers. even if you're making more money than them, how can you be the gold digger? It's such a weird thing. They just say you're the auntie, you're the buddhi, you're the this, you're the that. What are they? Nothing. The hero. They will always be the hero. And it's so weird. It's just such a weird thing. And you know what? I don't even want to be the victim. I'm not a victim. I refuse to be a victim. But if I'm going to tell my truth, if you want to come at me that way, that's your choice. But it's so strange that girls do. But you'll also have a whole bunch of other girls. Like even to this date, I have girls come up and say, can I hug you? Because of you, I had the strength to leave my relationship, or I had the strength to get out of this. Still get asked about how to handle breakups or cheating or this or that. And I'm really happy that, I could help anybody. Why not? I'm a human being.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go through it publicly. So I guess I'm opening the doors for everybody's opinion. Go for it. Give me your best. But you will never know what I went through. And I'm okay to share my experience, whether you believe me or not, but I have no reason to lie. I don't do that. It's not, my story is not for publicity.
Yeah.
My story is my story. I went through it. I own it. And I tell you my story to help you.
Yeah.
And to help myself. I
Yeah.
kind of overcome that fear of shame or fear or I don't know, just judgment. I'm like, no, 1 second. It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not a victim because what I learned from it is greater than anything I could have taken from that.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it. Yeah.
How do you heal though?
I think it's and I've said this in so many interviews, but sometimes what happens is you want to blame that person all the time, right? Like, how could they? What? Do you know when I left, I went through that. I was like, oh my God, this was so ridiculous. Like, what was the point of this? But then I sat with myself and I realized 1 second. What I did was broke my own heart. I have completely done that. He doesn't have any power because one, I think I knew all along that this is not the person, right? And a lot of girls and boys will go through relationships where they're like, this is not the person. And there's some bad things, but you just don't want to admit it. You don't want to see it. I also have dated so many times because of loneliness, companionship. Let's fill a void. Let's try and fill this cup with a person. That's also incorrect. You can't do all of these things.
Yeah.
And so when you sit with yourself, that's how you heal. Because first of all, why am I trying to fill this space with somebody? And then when they're there and they're not even making you happy, why do you stay around and try to fix it?
Yeah.
Why do you want to fix them? You're not even fixing yourself.
Yeah.
And why do you want to pour in all of your energy and try to build them up and make them amazing? And you're losing yourself completely. So basically then it comes down to, why is your self-worth so little? And that's when the healing begins. Because you're like, oh my God, I think so little of myself. Oh my God, I allowed this. This treatment that was happening, I allowed it because I thought that's what I was worthy of. Then your healing begins because it's like a slap in the face. It's like, whoa, what was that? And this whole people pleasing and this whole attachment and anxious attachment issues and all of that. You stop for a second and you breathe and you say, oh, no, 1 second. So when you're sharing your truth, you're also really getting real with yourself.
Yeah.
Really real with yourself.
Yeah.
And you don't need that validation from anybody else anymore because you really got to start giving it to yourself. And that's when the healing and the self-love journey begins. Because we all walk around saying, you've got to love yourself and way. But that's not real until you actually mean it. You really mean it.
Well, it's powerful.
Yeah.
to book a therapy session with Anusha Dandekar. Please reach out.
Everyone says that to me. Oh my God. I swear to God. Do you remember? Everybody says that to
It's
me.
funny
I'm
because
worried.
people say that to me as well.
Yeah.
Because I love talking and people are just like, thank you for that unwarranted therapy session.
Therapy session?
But this is beautiful.
Ooh,
This
thank
is
you.
something else. This
Thank
is something
you.
else. You've clearly gone through it and you're one of those people that is, when you're saying it, I can see you've gone through it. You're not just saying
Yeah.
it for the sake of it.
No.
And you can tell. I can
think-
tell by the energy that there was a shift in energy when you started talking about this.
Yeah.
And I could see that.
Well,
it's
can
insane.
I just tell you also, we're in a loop, right? And the universe is constantly saying, did you learn yet? Did you
Yeah,
learn yet?
I love
Did you
that.
learn it? And you're a hamster on a wheel. You're just
I
going
love
round
that.
and round and round and round. And the whole universe is like, you still haven't learned yet? You still haven't learned yet? And I seriously think the universe got fed up of me by the end of this relationship, and just the information came to me because it wanted to just like kick me out. And it's like, okay, if this chick is not going to open her eyes, then let's just open them wide and just like shove her out. It was like literally I felt like that. And then it's like, did you learn now?
Yeah.
And then when you still don't learn, then you'll repeat the entire cycle. So I was like, I can't spend the next 40 years of my life doing this
No
again.
fair. Yeah.
No way.
No, I love that. On the other end, though, it's a very funny thing. We were just talking about this in the office. I don't know if you watch these reels that are going viral right now. The movie Sayara has released.
Yes.
Right? And one side of the dating relationships in that ecosystem today, it's a Gen Z is talking about modern love and situationships and
Yeah.
I'm not serious, let's just chill out. On the other end, you see these boys and girls crying
In the cinema.
in the cinema theaters because it is this brooding male figure and the innocent female figure. What the is happening there?
Do you know what's happening?
What?
The Gen Z realize they're never going to experience that,
Ah.
right? Because they take everything like it's a swipe left or right or scroll, you know? That's how they're treating relationships. And maybe love in the old-fashioned sense of the word isn't coming back. And maybe that's hitting hard. Because I got love letters, you know?
Yeah.
Is anyone going to write me a letter? I don't know. And on my podcast, Shania said, love letters? What's that? Oh my God. So lucky. I want a letter. She's not going to get one. I mean, I can write her one.
No.
But you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, because they get DMs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, I slide into the DM.
Yeah.
How romantic.
Yeah.
Please, can't wait. Although I say that and I don't get any DMs. No one's sliding into mine. So, you know, it's fine. It's like,
You're saying all these things, I'm finding it very hard to believe.
you know what? I have given my phone to everybody.
Why?
You can also take
What
it
is
and scroll
wrong with
through.
the men of this country?
I don't know. There must be something wrong. I'm going to say it's with them and not me. Also, I don't know about the sliding in the DM. What are they even saying? Because when she reads her DMs out, I'm like,
Oh man, that's another story.
I'm good.
Oh yeah.
I get very nice like comments.
That's
like,
a good
and
space
mine
to
are
be.
very sweet.
That's
and
nice.
like, we love you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
will you marry me? And stuff like that. That's sweet.
Yeah, I think that's good.
So I'm
Let's
good.
leave it at that.
My sliding's fine.
Yeah. What you're also sliding very seamlessly is your career. You're doing sliding up, and you've two particular things I want to talk about. Right, one is you've done recently the Project Hunter 2, and you
Yes.
had two very cool people that you worked with. Right, there's
They're cool.
right.
And they're old-fashioned
BHIDUS
love.
and Sunil Shetty.
Yeah, they're old-fashioned love.
Talk to me about that.
And gentlemen and like cool.
We've shot with Shroff. Yeah, the best experience. We haven't yet shot with Sunil Shetty, but insane. Like exactly what you said. When I looked at Shroff and we discussed this, he's the definition of what a cool man looks like. He's suave, he's dapper, he's bindas.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And I feel like there's all these interviews going around about me talking about them and I just sound like the biggest fangirl, but I am. I mean, you work with them, you're going to become the biggest fangirl. But it's the simple things that you may not experience anymore, that when you are hanging with them, you're like, is this what gentlemen are like? Wait, is this what it is? Oh, that's
sweet.
cute. Like, you know, Jackie Sir will not enter a lift until all the girls have gotten in first. You know, he'll hold it and he'll wait. And there was this one little viral video that was just everywhere, and it was the Amazon event with Hunter 2, right? And they called me on stage, and Sunil, Shetty and Jackie Shroff were on stage, and Jackie says like in the middle, and I was like, oh God, I have to stand in the middle of them two. And I felt, you don't want to, you're like, you two are stars, so we're going to stand on the side. But I stood in the middle and we were all posing, and I knew at some point now I should get out because they're going to want the photo of just them two, and it's very understandable. I would also, but I looked at the press and I said, they're like, we want just those two. And I said, okay, thanks. And Jackie sir grabbed me and pulled me back, and he looked at the press. He said, no, she'll stay. And I'm like, what? Oh my God.
That's nice.
And it just went viral because he was like, no, she'll stay. And it was so like, they're such gentlemen. Like, who does that?
Yeah.
That's so cool, And they don't need to.
True.
They don't need to. And
True.
so just things like that, and how Sunil sir would take care of us on set. Like, just things like the first scene, he has to push me against the wall, okay? And he's like, put thermocol behind her. And I'm like, no, sir, I'll be fine. No, we'll put thermocol. Like, everything is always taken care of with those two. They're so attentive, and they're just, it's like, oh, is that what gentlemen are like?
Yeah. They are the generation of men that still carry a handkerchief.
Yes, that's the description. So even like when we were walking to this event, like, they're the ones getting mobbed, not me. It's them. And yet their eyes are, is Anusha okay? Do you know what I mean? That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, these little things, boys, they work, okay? They're very important.
Very true.
Very important.
Also, talk to me about the family side of yours, which also now stems into a little bit of Bollywood, because Shibani is married into the Akhtar family, which is blue-blooded Bollywood family, right? So the Dandekars and the Akhtars are very different sort of families. Them coming together. One, tell me, what is that like? What is a wedding like? What are brunches like? What is that equation? How do you guys, is it a house on fire? How do you guys get along?
So it's so weird, but I feel like our families are super similar.
Yeah?
Yeah, because everyone's super normal. Like, no one acts differently. They act like family people, So there's sarcastic jokes, everybody's witty, everybody's chill, no one cares what they do. Because when they come into a room, everybody's just a family member.
Yeah.
So that fits super well. Like, my Pune family have been to Javed Uncle's house, and we've all hung out. So everybody just gets along. And I think it's honestly, both families I'll give, tribute to, because they're all very easy.
Right.
Everyone is easy, and
Yeah.
that's huge. And
Yeah.
of course, I think Javed Uncle is my favorite human being of all time. And
Yeah, we
I'm not
love
even,
him.
no, like, I'm obsessed.
Yeah?
I'm obsessed.
Is it scary to be in the beginning? No?
I'm obsessed. I like love him. And people would say to me, who's your favorite interview of all time? And I never had an answer until I interviewed him. And I interviewed him for 2 hours on a stage with other people asking questions and stuff. And I went back to my hotel room and I cried, because I was so overwhelmed with how brilliant he is. And I called my sister and I'm like, you have the best father-in-law in the entire world. And I messaged Farhan and I messaged Shibani this long paragraph after I've called her, and she's like, are you okay? I'm like, no, it was just so great. He's so great. Because he really is. He's that amazing, right? So that's one. But apart from all of that, everybody is just lovely. Honey auntie, Shabana auntie, everybody is just so warm and welcoming.
Yeah.
And I think my family is the same.
Yeah.
So it's just a really fun time. But I will tell you this. This has nothing to do with my family, just the three sisters. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but Shibani, we're meeting them for the first time, I think it is. Right? And so the three of us are sitting in the car or something. And Shibani looks at us and she's like, listen. She's like, can we not behave like the Kardashians today? She's like, they're a very nice family.
I love how that sentence is so descriptive. I exactly understood what you mean.
She's like, like, it's just a nice, beautiful, arty, respectful family. And our family is very nice, but the three of us, can we just keep it together? We have cried in the car. We have cried.
I love this.
And it was just the funniest thing. And I'll never get over it.
I love this.
Because the three of us together are a reality show and we've been offered it so many times.
Who's who?
Well, if we're just going to go age-wise, I'm the middle child, so I'm Kim, excuse me. And Shibani would obviously, she is actually very Courtney.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's like always very like sarcastic and not interested in us. And then Apeksha would be Chloe for sure. Yeah, she's like boisterous and like,
nice.
whatever. Yeah, maybe we are.
Yeah.
Okay, no, we're not. We're not.
I love that.
We are the
description, man.
Dandekars, okay?
Oh man, that was so good. I love that. and your birthday twin, Farhan.
Yeah.
What is that like? Is it a brother-in-law, sister-in-law? Why were you just like
Yeah, I call
BFFs
him
now?
Su-in-law because, that's, and he calls me new-in-law. Yeah, that's what we do. I think we get each other because Capricorns are the most misunderstood star sign in the world. We really are. So we bond on that. We're just really misunderstood. No one really gets us. And Shibani just rolls her eyes. And I'm just like, but how obsessed do you have to be with me to find a boy born on the same day?
Yeah.
Like, how much do you love me?
Love that.
She can't even deny or escape it. It's just facts.
But he's a very cool guy, right?
No, he's super chill. I'm telling you, it's all to do with your family and your upbringing. They're so normal. How can you not be?
Yeah.
They're too cool, man. They're like very chill.
And it's crazy because if you look at it objectively, man, they're so talented.
No,
each and every individual is
it's
iconic.
Mind blowing.
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't even know half of it. So I will tell you this. So Shibani said, we're going to Javed Uncle's concert. And I'm like, okay. So I went with them and like the third wheel that I am. And so I'm sitting with those two. And so I thought I'm not going to really understand anything that's going on, maybe because it would be like, too hard for me or whatever. So I'm just sitting there and it's this beautiful concert where Javed Uncle tells stories about his songs. And then there are two beautiful singers who sing the song. I did not know that every single iconic song was written by him.
And a lot of the most iconic movies in
and
our
the
industry.
way they were written and everything. And I'm just sitting there like, I loved him before I knew to this depth, right?
Yeah.
Because as a person, if you just get to hang with him, you're just so lucky, right?
Yeah.
So I turn around and I'm like, to my sister and I'm like, at your wedding, you couldn't play one of these songs. What is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? Like, we were playing English music and we were all dancing. I'm like, are you kidding me? No,
man.
It was wild. But they are all so talented and super chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really easy.
I think chill is the word.
Yeah, it is.
Super
It
chill
is.
the word.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. The entertainment industry is also kind of like a circus, but also especially so for women. There is the casual sexism. A woman, if she speaks her opinion, she's called too bold or too difficult to. Yeah. So I'm sure you've had your fair share because you've always spoken your truth. One, has that evolved? And two, what do you want to say to the people in the industry, the women who are there? How do they find the courage to stand their ground and speak their truth?
Has it evolved? I'm going to say this very boldly. I think it's a fake evolvement. And I think it's for show. Yeah, let's stand together and I don't want to be a feminist like that screaming from the rooftops.
Yeah.
I want to silently just do, because I feel like when you see my talent, or if I can show my talent, if I can tell my truth, if I can be honest, that's enough, right? But some of the same people that will come in arms and say, yeah, let's stand up for the women, are the ones tearing them down on social media and trolling them.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking for my sex, for my gender. Right? And then that becomes very confusing. It's like, one way, you want us to stand up and open the gates for you guys. Right? And we're trying our best by pushing the boundaries, by speaking our truth, by doing what we love and getting results.
Breaking the glass ceiling.
Yeah. And then when we're doing that, you have so many supporters saying, wow, okay, I feel motivated because of you. But then you also have these girls saying, oh my God, why do you want so much attention? Why are you playing victim? Why are you doing this? You're so ugly. You're an auntie. You're a buddhi. Sorry, what? Where are we going with this? So how is that helping? Where are we growing? So I don't know. Has it evolved? I think social media just exaggerated it further because now it's that keypad king power.
Yeah.
Can't see me. And I'm frustrated at home and I'm feeling broken in so many ways. So I'm just going to lash out at everybody.
Yeah.
But what you're doing is taking us 10 steps backwards.
Yeah, because they're like, how can you be so successful and empowered when I'm not?
Yeah. And it's like, no, honey, I'm doing this so you can.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole point, the domino effect. Our mothers, our grandmothers, everybody. So let's keep pushing forward and stop pulling each other backwards. It's weird and really contradictory and confusing. And so, no, I don't think it's evolved enough. Of course, if we look back in time, of course.
Yeah, but not as much as should have.
I feel like there's a lot of falsity in that now, and it's not feeling real.
Yeah.
So, I hope it changes.
Yeah.
But I think, like, just to end the part of if you're coming here to try something, also just know that this industry needs you to have thick skin. It, like every other job, will require you to be really smart, really this one does too. You've got to be smart, you've got to be focused, but you need to have thick skin. You've got to take the good with the bad. And I've said this so many times, this is the job interview that never ends. You will be interviewed every day of your life, whether you know about it or not. Your manager, your PR team, somebody's talking to someone and they're saying, no, we don't want Anusha. I won't know.
Wow.
So it's the job interview that never ends. Rejection after rejection, gains after gains. But it's not the 9-to-5 job that you go for the interview and you have it for 20 years. It's a new job every day.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Yeah.
You're one of the rare few people who are extremely self-aware and you don't take yourself too seriously. You've clearly had an insane career. You are an icon in so many, meanings of that word, but you were so authentic and so cool and so chilled out today that came across. That energy was just infectious. I cannot wait to see your podcast.
Oh my God.
Because I think it's going to be absolutely crazy.
Yay, we're going to send you a t-shirt.
But thank you so much for doing this. This
Thank
was
you so
absolutely beautiful. I had a great time.
I had such a great time too. And please, and I mean this in the most authentic way, do what you do because the humans that aren't seen, they need to be seen. And I love that. I love that so much. Thank you for doing that. And you kind of also, even the people that are seen, you make us feel seen even more. So thank you for doing that too.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.